Hey Gemini, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for the 7th through the 13th of November. You might see this video a few weeks, months, years from now. It's all good. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it. Keep in mind this is a general reading for the collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. Keep in mind there's a full moon lunar eclipse on the 8th. So this is going to be some significant energy that will be around for a while. We're going to check in and see the messages that come up for the Gemini collective. One more shuffle. Let's get right on into it, my darlings, and see what we have coming up for Gemini sun, moon, and rising. Move you all just a little bit closer. First card coming up here for the Gemini collective is the King of Wands. This could be a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. If you have fire sign placements, these could be the houses or the areas of your life on which light is being shined over the next couple of months here, or next few months, where there's some revelations, some news, some developments, clearing happening. If you've had like blocks in those areas of your life or challenges in those houses or areas of your life, you may be removing or clearing blocks as we're going through this astro weather. You could also be coming into the characteristics of the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very determined energy. And the King of Wands has had to work very hard for everything that he has. Nothing has been handed to him. The King of Wands is the self-made man. And he has created his own opportunities. In the face of opposition, he has created opportunity. He has seen needs that are not being met. He has found a way to meet those needs and thereby created economy, thereby created commerce. So some of you may be coming into a very brilliant idea, and you might think to yourself, why has no one thought of this yet? And the fact that no one's thought of it yet could trigger the negative ego to where you're like, well, if it was a good idea, someone would have done something about it by now. And you might be tempted to let it fall by the wayside. Don't do that. This is an inspired idea. It's come to you so that you could birth it, so that you could create it. It's meant to come into the world. And if you don't do it, sooner or later, the universe will say, okay, fine, Gemini doesn't want to do it. We waited, we poked, we pushed. Gemini turned it down. Gemini doesn't want to do it. We're going to go give it to this person over here. And then later on, you see this idea is a big deal and somebody is getting a big old payout from it. And you're like, but I had that idea. But that happens. We have to move on it. We have to act on it. So don't let the negative ego trick you into saying, well, if it was a good idea, it would have already been done by now. Not so. Not always the case. So I do feel like there's an inspired idea that you're seeing that this is going to be something people really need. This could be really helpful, right? This is very specific, but I feel for some of you, this might be around the whole kind of like working from home, homeschooling kind of thing. I know that during the pandemic, it was really challenging for a lot of people to have their kids at home, to be working from home. And I know that a lot of people have gone back, right? A lot of schools have opened up. A lot of parents have gone back to work. But some people are choosing to continue doing things from home, as stressful as it was initially. And I don't know why, but I feel for some of you, there's some idea around this, around working from home, schooling from home, educating from home. I don't know if it's a software. I don't know if it's some kind of like soundproofing idea, but for some reason I got that little thing in my head here. I don't know what it is. I'm not being shown it. So don't worry. I don't know exactly what the idea is. I can't jump on it. Obviously, it can be any other idea about any other thing, but for some reason, I got that message. So if you have an idea about that, you better get on it. That's all. all I'm going to say, because for some reason that came up in my mind. So King of Wands is very, very successful energy, thinking outside the box. King of Wands also has a soft spot in his heart for other people. Like, he knows what it's like to struggle. He knows what it's like to have to like do everything on your own. So when he sees an opportunity to help, you better believe he's going to help. You know, he's got that generous philanthropist spirit. He wants to give back to his community. He wants to help other people succeed and achieve. And so some of you could be blessed to where you're encountering a King of Wands type person, and some of you are stepping into King of Wands type energy of helping and creating movement, not just for yourself, but for community and those around you. Very determined also. You're not going to get the King of Wands down. He's very determined. So some of you might feel like the current energies are lighting a fire under your behind here. You might be feeling very motivated, very amped up, very charged up, like go, 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 go energy. The next card coming up here for the Gemini collective is the Seven of Cups. You may have a lot of ideas. Forget one idea. You may have a lot of ideas. And that might be why now you're getting a little bit stuck. Like, I don't know which one to do. Or I've got an idea, but then my idea is like, if I do this, and then it can branch out, and then I can do this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Seven of Cups could say, just simplify it. Just start from the basics. Get the first thing going. Get the first one rolling, and then you can add on to it. Then you can branch out and introduce features and different branches, right? But start small. It's kind of making me think of when I was in high school and I was taking drama. It didn't matter how good you did in the drama class. It didn't matter if you had perfect attendance. You would automatically fail. The teacher had this. You would automatically fail the class if you did not learn how to juggle by the end of the class. And I was like, there's absolutely no way. There's no way. It's like, it's not gonna happen. And but every single one of us by the end of the class learned how to juggle. And you start small. First we started just with one ball, then we started with two, then we started with three, then and then it got to the point I never thought I could do it. It got to the point where I would be juggling, and then he'd throw one in, and I would catch it, and I would keep going. And his whole thing was like, the reason why he did this with his students was because he said, I want you all to do something that you think is impossible, that you can realize and understand that it's not impossible. So you might be looking at this idea like it's so big and there's so many different parts to it. You just start with one. You start with one, and once you have one in rotation and the one is going nice and smooth, you throw in the other one, and you throw in the other one, and you build from there. So for some of you, this is the obstacle that you're going to get over, is just start small and add on over time, right? When a tree grows, it doesn't pop up out of the dirt with all of the branches and all of the leaves and all of the fruit. It starts small and it builds. And so this is going to be the same with your ideas for some of you. This is going to be something that you're going to be able to really branch out into something very big by starting small. Initially, you keep it simple. This bird is really jumping out at me, and it's making me think of like the Holy Spirit or the Holy Dove. I feel like there's something here that is really being inspired. Like, this is an idea, yes, but it's also a gift. A gift to you from your angels, from your guides, from God, from universe. Something that is being shown to you that you're going to be able to put out there, that's going to create positive change in the world, right? There's a lot of things that are being done right now to help people, and so I feel some of you are going to come up with ideas that are going to help a lot of people as well. The next card that's coming up here for the Gemini collective is the Eight of Swords, and that's the negative ego. Sometimes when I'm reading the cards and I'm feeling the energy, I get a little bit ahead of the cards, and that's what's happening here with this Eight of Swords. It's like it's the negative ego telling you it's not that great of an idea. You know, somebody else would have done it by now. Or you know what, it's going to be way too hard to do. It's going to be way too hard to pull off. You're going to need a ton of money. Where are you going to find investors? All of these things where we start feeling stuck. We start feeling trapped. And so we start to tell ourselves, oh, I can't do it. But the Eight of Swords reminds us the situation is not as bad as you think. And there's definitely a way out of it. There's definitely a way over it, right? We have this ego here, and it's making me think of the quote. I forget who the original person is who quoted, who said this quote, but I've seen it all over memes and all over the internet, that a bird resting on a branch isn't worried about the branch breaking underneath it because it has trust in its ability to fly. It knows it can fly. It knows no matter what happens, it's not going to hit the ground. It's going to fly, right? It's going to move. And so the Eight of Swords is you're capable. You have ideas. You're going to figure things out. You're not as stuck as you think you are, right? And going back to the whole idea of simplifying. Get one thing in rotation. When that thing is rotating nice and smooth and clear, then we add the next one. We take it step by step. We take it one piece at a time. And before you know it, everything is ready, everything is running, everything is moving. So the negative ego is going to freak you out and make you think like you can't do this. But it's not as complicated as the negative ego wants you to think it is. For some of you, it might not be inventing something or starting a business. For some of you, it could be healing an aspect of your life. You may be looking at your finances and saying, I'm never going to get out of this financial hole. I'm never going to get out of this debt. We start with one thing, and we build from there. Or I'm never going to heal. There's just too much. There's too much I've been through. It's too hard. I can't face these demons. You just start one at a time. It's not going to be as hard as the negative ego wants you to think it is. And there are solutions. And some of the things that you think are problems will actually end up working in your favor along the way. I see that a lot with the Eight of Swords. The next card coming up here for you is the Nine of Pentacles. And Nine of Pentacles is successful self-employment. It's financial independence. This is also a card I see come up a lot when you might be picking up something that in the past it failed. It wasn't successful. It could be any area of your life. It could be finances, love, friendships, family. And in the past, it wasn't successful because anxiety got the best of you. The distractions in your life, the problems in your life kept you from being able to focus and succeed. And things just got in the way. Your anxiety got in the way. But the Nine of Pentacles comes up when we have mastery over ourselves. We have mastery over our anxiety. It doesn't mean that anxiety is completely gone, but it means that you've learned how to manage it. And it means that you've managed to stay focused, to not let what's happening in your life come in and take over and make you panic and make you stress. You can leave those things outside of your head, focus on what needs to be done. And when you have some free time, you can visit these things. Okay, here's the things I've been worried about. Here's the things that have been bugging me. Now I can, give it some time, how to, fix this problem or how to deal with this situation. But it's not going to control you anymore. So you're going to be able to focus and succeed on something that maybe in the past wasn't successful. Because this time around, you're in control of yourself. You're in control of your thoughts and your emotions, and you can focus on what's important, and you can put your energy and attention into growing what you want instead of allowing the weeds to take over, so to speak. So there's like an independence, there's a freedom here. I feel like a lot of you are going to be able to break out of or break free from something that you feel has kept you trapped for a long time. And there's a sense of independence, a sense of like being able to breathe and being able to do what you want to do, right? So it's like you're getting out of the hardships. I feel, Gemini, you guys are releasing hardship energy. Maybe you've had a lot of hardships in your life, and I feel in this full moon energy, in this lunar eclipse, you're breaking out of the cycle of hardship. and coming into a feeling of freedom, of lighter energy, of like almost like it's too easy. You might be like, it's too easy. How is it so easy? It's a complete 180 from that hardship energy. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. There is a playlist in the description of the video that will take you to the other weekly forecasts, so they'll be easy to find. There's also a playlist in the description of the video that will take you to the uh, scheduling page to schedule private readings with me, as well as the November love readings. If you don't know, now through the beginning of December, I'm donating a portion of the private readings that come in to buy Toys for Tots. I did show at the end of the November 5th card of the day videos the toys I've bought so far. When I get some more toys in here, I'll take pictures and I'll put it above the community tab, and you guys will be able to see what I'm donating so far, with your help, of course, thanks to you guys. And I'm going to be keeping you guys posted on that as well. So you can check out the weekly, you can check out the scheduling page and see if any of the readings look good to you. If you've been thinking about getting a private reading and you like the idea of contributing to Toys for Tots, now might be a good time to schedule a reading. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Please do check out the card of the day on the channel as well. Have a wonderful week, my darlings. Take care, Gemini.